Welcome to a new episode of the podcast Immigration Law. I am lawyer Fabio Loscerbo, and today we discuss a recent administrative court decision dealing with a crucial issue in immigration law, the requirement of sufficient income for the renewal of a residence permit. The decision was issued by the Regional Administrative Tribunal for Puglia, 3rd Section, Judgment number 277 of 2026. Case number 102 of 2026. The case concerns the refusal to renew a residence permit ordered by the Police Headquarters of Foggia. The administration had verified through fiscal and social security databases that the foreign national had not declared any income between 2022 and 2025. The applicant argued that he had actually worked during that period, but claimed that he had been the victim of an unfair employer who failed to register the employment relationship and did not pay the required contributions. As a result, there were no fiscal certifications or social security records proving the existence of income. However, the administrative court rejected the appeal and reaffirmed a very clear principle of immigration law. When a foreign national applies for the issuance or renewal of a residence permit, he must demonstrate the availability of sufficient income coming from a lawful source. According to the court, this requirement cannot be overcome by general statements or by referring to undeclared employment. In other words, the legal system cannot give legitimizing value to situations that essentially correspond to violations of tax or labor regulations. The judgment also recalls another fundamental principle of administrative law, the principle of tempus, regit, actum. This means that the legality of an administrative decision must be assessed on the basis of the factual and legal situation existing at the moment when the decision is adopted. Therefore, even if the foreign national later finds a regular job, this circumstance cannot affect the legality of the refusal already issued. At most, it may form the basis for submitting a new application for a residence permit, but it cannot invalidate the previous administrative decision. This ruling confirms a consolidated line of administrative case law. The income requirement is a structural element of the system governing residence permits linked to employment because it is directly connected to the sustainability of the foreign national's stay within the national community. And it is precisely around this balance between integration, lawful employment, and respect for the rules that an important part of contemporary immigration law is developing. Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast Immigration Law. I am lawyer Fabio Loscerbo, and I will see you in the next episode.